So, seeing as this is the first live of 2023, I thought it would be fitting to give this live the title of How to Up Level Your Speaking Skills for 2023. How to up level your speaking skills in 2023. There are a lot of things that you can do, of course, to improve public speaking skills, depending on where you're starting from. But I'm going to talk about just a few of them that I feel are most important. I'm going to talk about 6 in particular, 6 ways that you can up level your speaking skills. The first way, and if you see me look down, it's only because I have my notes here and I want to make sure that I cover all of my points, that I don't miss any important information for you. So the first thing that you want to make sure when you're trying to up level your speaking skills for 2023 is start with one goal for improvement. Start with one goal for improvement. One thing that I've learned as a speaking coach is you have to help people to get very clear about what it is exactly they want to improve upon. So one of the first things that I do when I start working with my clients is I have them establish 1 or 2 goals that they want to accomplish when they work with me. The reason for this is because otherwise people will have 5, 6, 7 goals that they want to accomplish during our time together. There may be a few things that you want to work on with public speaking, but it is so much better. Hey Kim, it is so much better when you can narrow it down to 1 or 2 things, 1 or 2 areas that you know that you need the most help in. By virtue of focusing on 1 or 2 big goals, we are going to accomplish other things together, but you want to get clear about what it is exactly do I need to get better at for this year. So whether that is I am using filler words like like, I know that has been a big barrier to my communication with audiences, then make that one of your goals to start off with. I'm not saying that whatever goal you establish is the only goal that you have for the year, but take goals one at a time, knock them down one at a time. Yes, some things will be knocked out simultaneously, but it's good if you have 1 or 2. One, I would say to start with, that you know you really need to improve with. Maybe if it's not filler words, your problem is that you are not engaging the audience. You're like, I can see people's eyes glazing over. People are walking in and out of the room. People are getting on their phones. I know that I am not grabbing your attention. So what you need to do, you need to focus on establishing that goal of engaging with the audience. So that is number 1 for how to up level your skills. You have to get clear on a goal. What do you actually want to accomplish first? What is the big elephant that you know you need to tackle? So start with 1. That is going to help you not feel as overwhelmed too. When you have 5 to 6 goals that you're trying to accomplish, they are all important to you. So it almost feels like you're the dog chasing its tail. How do I accomplish my goal? It's hard to accomplish when you're working on 5 things at once. So you always want to be clear about what it is that is the top goal for this year with your speaking skills. Where should your focus be? The second thing you want to think about when it comes to up leveling your speaking skills for 2023 is, and I know I repeated that, and if you see me looking down, it's only because I have my notes here. You want to look at being very clear about your message, okay? Being very clear about your message. Here's why. This is the biggest obstacle to people being clear with their audience. I'm going to say that again. If you do not know what your core message is, And the core message, for anyone that is not familiar, that is the big idea, that is the central theme that runs throughout your speech or presentation. If you're not clear what your core message is, the audience will not be either. And you are going to start rambling. That's when people start going off on tangents. When you see speakers do that, that's because they were not clear on what the bottom line message was for their speech. Let me give you an idea of what a message is not. Sometimes when I talk to clients and we're working on their presentation, and I'll say, okay, what is this speech about? They will say, it's about office culture. Okay. My next question is, what about office culture? Because office culture is too broad. That's more of a topic. That's not a message. It's a topic. So when I say, well, what about office culture? That is going to prompt them to think even deeper about it. What am I really trying to say about office culture? After they thought about it, drill down into it some more, they might say, you know what? My message is office culture starts at the top. Office culture starts at the top. Hey, strategic choice leadership. Hey there. Is that Andrea? Yes. So you want to be clear when it comes to your message. You don't want to be general. A topic is just too general. It is too broad. You can name about 15 things when it comes to office culture, couldn't you? But the fact that you said my core message is office culture starts at the top, that is even clearer to the audience about what you will be talking about. So number 2, as far as up-leveling your skills for 2023, you need to be crystal clear about what your core message is. It cannot be broad. You have to hone in on it. It needs to be specific. When it's more specific, it's going to be easier for you to craft your major points or your major ideas that you want to discuss in that speech. And it's going to be clear to the audience about what it is that you're going to be talking to them about. You won't be going all over the place. I'm telling you, that is a big problem for many speakers. They go off in 20 different directions because they did not establish their core message. So that's number 2. Number 3, and again, if you see me looking down, I just have my notes here. I just want to make sure that I don't miss any important points. Number 3, for how you can up-level your skills in 2023. Be comfortable in your own skin. Be comfortable in your own skin. What I see with a lot of speakers when they first start out is they often want to imitate a speaker that they've seen that they really like. And while I get that, because you're looking at a great model of speechcraft, someone who obviously knows their message, they can deliver it succinctly, clearly, the audience is engaged. You want to be like that person too, don't you? However, there's a big difference between copying someone's style and admiring something that they do well and making it your own. Let me say that again. There's a big difference between copying what someone else is doing versus admiring it and making it your own. What do I mean by making it your own? By you having your own style, your own way of delivery, your own perspective, delivering it in that way. Putting whatever your secret sauce is to that. There can never be another Les Brown. There cannot be another Lisa Nichols. There can't be another Craig Valentine, but there is only one of you. So why don't you be the best you that you can be as a speaker? That's one of the biggest problems I see, honestly. New speakers want to totally imitate the style of another speaker, and it's probably not even who you are. Think about Tony Robbins. He's one of the most well-known speakers in the world. His energy is on 1,000, right? He looks like he has drunk about 50 gallons of energy drinks. You have to, exactly, Kim, you have to find your own voice. There cannot be another Tony Robbins. Whatever your style is, you have to take that and be the best version of yourself. That's what I teach my clients. You don't have to change who you authentically are. Take who you are at the heart, who you really are, and just make the best version of yourself. That's what a coach does anyway. They look at who you are and they just help you improve upon it, shine it up, present it even better. Coaches don't change who you authentically are, but we're going to show you a way how to get there, but how to get there being who you are. So that's my next piece of advice for how you can up level your skills for 2023. Be comfortable in your own skin. I remember one speech that I gave, this was many years ago, and it was a Toastmaster speech. And I toned myself down. That was something I was purposely doing during the speech, because normally how I am and how I deliver my speeches, I'm bubbly. I have all my personality comes out. I'm not very reserved is what I'm saying. There are some speakers who are reserved, and there's nothing wrong with that either. But that's not naturally who I am. So when my evaluator gave my evaluation, that was something she noted right off the bat. Why? Because she knew who I was as a speaker. She said, this is not you. Like, this isn't your style. I know it isn't. So she called me out on that, and I had to chuckle because she was absolutely right. So you need to be whoever you are, but the best version of yourself. Bring that to the stage. Bring that to the stage, because that's who you're going to be able to be naturally, right? It's going to feel very inauthentic. It's going to be hard to keep up an act for a long time when you are not yourself. So bring your unique perspective, bring your personality, all of that to the stage. Okay? So my next advice when it comes to how to up level your speaking skills for 2023 is you need to accept that some nervousness is normal. It's normal. It is okay. It is to be expected. Many speakers, when they first start off, and I hear this when I first start working with some clients, is their expectation is that you will not have any form of nervousness once you become that great version of the speaker in your head you imagine yourself to be. Whatever that top level is that you see yourself reaching as a speaker, you will not have any type of nervousness. And that's just not true. Every great speaker will tell you that no matter how long they've been speaking, hey, Dr. Will, no matter how long they have been speaking, they may have some of that nervousness there. But like I teach my clients, there's a difference between feeling like you're on the edge and keeping your edge. Sometimes that nervousness can actually help you do better as a speaker. It can help you keep your edge a little there. You're not going to get lax. You're not going to get lazy. If you're too relaxed, it's almost going to seem like you have no energy. Sometimes that nervousness can be that jolt that you need. There's a difference between how we think about nervousness and excitement. The sensation is the same in our body, but how we think about it is different. Think about what I'm saying. When you feel excited about something versus when you feel nervous, the sensation in our bodies is the same, but we think about nervousness in a very negative light. But channel that nervousness differently. Let it actually be that spark that you need that's going to give you that energy as you deliver your speech. Nervousness is not a bad thing. I think if you are a speaker and you feel no nervousness whatsoever, just a little bit, are you even alive? Do you even have that spark there? Are you going to deliver this presentation with high energy? So think about nervousness differently. Some people really just have a total a totally negative mindset when it comes to that. But nervousness usually means that you are excited, you care about this presentation that you're going to deliver to this audience. So channel it differently is what I'm saying. The next way that you can up level your speaking skills for 2023 is get a coach. Get a coach. One question that I love to ask potential clients when I first start working with them is, what have you tried so far? Because people have usually tried a multitude of ways to improve their public speaking before they come to a coach. In my experience, maybe Dr. Will can chime in and agree too, but they have tried a variety of tactics to improve their speaking skills before they've come to me. Some have said, I've read books about how to be a better speaker. I have watched a lot of YouTube videos how to be a better speaker. Some have said, maybe I took a Udemy course or a semester of a college course, something like that to improve their speaking skills. Those, and let me just say, those are all good ways. There's nothing wrong with that. However, the beautiful thing about a coach is that a coach has been where you are, so they know all the obstacles that you've been through, and they can work with you one-on-one from how to get from A to Z. Not only that, they're going to customize a plan for you for how you can get there. The coach's long road is your shortcut. That's a saying that I've heard Craig Valentine say before, and he's absolutely right. Everything that I have been through as a coach, I'm going to be able to help you circumvent a lot of those things. Not to say that you won't encounter your own challenges as a speaker. We all have. That's just the lay of the land. That's how it is. There are some challenges with any profession. However, everything that I've been through and things that you may not have even thought about, a coach is going to be able to tell you that. They're going to be able to show you how you can approach those obstacles and accomplish what you set out to do. So the coach can help you have a shorter road to where you want to be is what I'm saying. So invest in a coach. Investing in a coach is investing in yourself. It's going to help you to avoid a lot of those issues that come up along the way. They're going to be able to get you a plan that works for you because they know where you're starting from, so they know how to get you to where you need to be. Okay? And then, looking at my notes, the last tip for how you can up level for 2023 is just do it. What do I mean by it? I mean speak. You can read about speaking all day long. You can watch YouTube videos all day long. But unless you actually get up and speak, it's going to be hard for you to become the speaker that you want to be. Okay? It's like someone who's reading about swimming. You can't actually become a good swimmer unless you get in that water and learn those swimming techniques. Practice. That's how you're actually going to get better. And it's the same thing with being a great speaker. You actually have to speak. Okay? You got to speak. So what can you do? Put yourself in a position purposely where you have to speak this year. Purposely seek out opportunities to push yourself out of your comfort zone to speak in 2023. If you are at work and the boss needs someone to lead the meeting, volunteer to lead the meeting. If you are working for a volunteer organization and they need someone out there to get out there and talk about the cause, why can't you be that person? If your church needs someone to just read the announcements, can you do that? Can you get up there and read the announcements with some pizzazz? It's not a prepared speech. However, it's getting you out there in front of an audience. It's having you do something that you probably would not normally have done. It's going to be a stepping stone out of your comfort zone. And that's exactly what you need. Hey, Jocelyn. So those are all of my tips to at least get you started for 2023, how you can up level. And I know some of you joined a little late, so let me go over what we talked about as far as how you can up level for 2023. First thing, start off with one goal. Start off with one goal. You don't want to have 5 or 6. That's going to be overwhelming for you as a new speaker. What do you need to improve on? What needs your focus the most right now to start off for 2023? Once you accomplish that, what's the next goal that you have on your list? Number 2, be clear about your message. What is the message of this presentation that you are delivering? This is important because it's going to keep you on track as you craft your presentation. As I said, when people are not clear about their message, this is when they go off on tangents. This is when the audience gets confused because you're confused. You don't know what it really is that you're trying to communicate. So the audience is not going to be clear as well. Okay? Oh, good. Focusing on one thing? Yep. Absolutely. You have to do that. It's harder when you have 4 and 5 goals. Are you going to accomplish one? How can you do one well when you're trying to focus on 4 and 5? So good. I'm glad to hear that. The next thing I talked about, being comfortable in your own skin. You got to be comfortable in your own skin as a speaker. It's good to see what is working well for other speakers, but straight up mimicking them, taking their style, that's not going to serve you well in the long run as a speaker. Take what is working well for them, what you admire about what they're doing as a speaker, but make it your own. Take it and make it your own. The next thing, get a coach. You got to get a coach if you want to go far. If you want to go far, okay? Like I said, watching videos and reading books, that's a good start. That's what most people do. They watch a lot of YouTube videos. They might have taken a college course. They read a book, but then they realize that that's not going to be enough for them. Not for them to want to be on stages. Not for them to want to comfortably come on social media and deliver their message. Not for them to impact the audiences on the level that they want to. At that point, a coach is going to help you start from where you are, and they're going to help you to get to where you want to be because they've helped you come up with a plan for how to do that. Okay? And then just do it. You got to speak. You got to speak. You got to speak is what we talked about. Just get out there and do it. And then I missed the other one. I said it out of order, but I talked about this one. You got to accept that some nervousness is normal. Some nervousness is normal. I'm not talking about paralyzing fear. I'm talking about that little nervousness that helps you keep your edge when you're delivering your presentation. You don't ever want to get so relaxed, feel so relaxed that it looks like you have no energy for your audience whatsoever. So a coach can also help you with that because we're going to figure out what exactly is causing your nervousness. There's a reason. The reason is different for everybody about why they feel nervous, but a coach can actually help you figure out certain techniques that are going to help you to feel better, to feel confident on the stage. He said, I get nervous. It's normal, Jocelyn. I was saying before that even the best speakers, those who've been speaking for 10, 20 years, they will even tell you that they still feel some level of nervousness. So you should never feel like I'm going to get to the point where I don't have any type of nerves at all. A little bit of nerves is okay. That's to be expected. That means you care about your presentation. Paralyzing fear? No. A little bit of nervousness? Yes. And even then, there are ways to manage that. That's what I teach my clients. We're going to talk about ways to manage the fear, how to manage the nervousness. It's not about eliminating the nerves. It's about how do you manage them. How do we get you to a point where you're going to feel like, Even though I have the nerves, I can push through them, and I'm still going to deliver this presentation in an A1 fashion. That's what we work on. So let me know in the, oops, looks like I had a looked like I had a issue there with my connection. But whatever was valuable for you, whether you're on live or you're listening to the replay, I would love to know which one of these tips you are going to implement this year, that you are going to actively work on. Because some of this you might have recognized in yourself. You might have said, you know what, I'm always trying to work on 4 and 5 goals at a time, and I really do need to focus on just one. Oh, good. I'm glad all of them were helpful. I'm glad. So, everyone, I'm wishing you a blessed, exciting, focused 2023. If public speaking is in your future for 2023, it usually is for most people, especially if you're someone who is a professional in your organization that you work at, and you have to be out there giving speeches, or you own your own business, whatever your business is, you're an entrepreneur, you have to talk to people about what you do, don't you? And you have to be clear about what it is that you do if you want to have clients, if you want to have speaking engagements, which are going to promote you more, which is good visibility for you. People got to know about what you do, right? Public speaking needs to be a part of your strategy. So definitely, if you have questions about how a public speaking coach can help you get there, let's have a call. I have in my bio where you can set up a complimentary call, like 20 minutes or so. We can get on and we can figure out what your goals are and how to help you get there this year. So there's no need to struggle when there is someone out here who's been there, who can help you get to where you are. I became a public speaking coach because I was not good at public speaking. Such is the case for a lot of coaches. They weren't good at whatever it is, and they knew they needed help, serious help on it. So then they got involved with it. It became a passion of theirs. So if you ever wonder how I got into it, I was not a good public speaker, and I got tired of it. I was promoted quickly on the job, which made me more visible. So I knew I had to be a better speaker. I could not hide amongst my team members. I could not sit behind or let someone take over the meetings. I had to speak. I didn't have a choice, so I had to improve my skills. But then I ended up loving it. It wasn't something that was just I had to get better at. I ended up loving public speaking, and it opened up so many doors for me. So that's why I'm so passionate about it. And I love working with Christian women who are out here occupying where God has placed them. They are occupying with excellence where God has placed them. And speaking is one of those areas where we have to be excellent at, no matter where God has us. So reach out if public speaking is a part of what you know you need to do better this year. Let's have a complimentary consultation call or discovery call. Okay? Everybody have a wonderful day. Have a great Monday start to your week. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.